LinkedIn has recently been making some changes to their platform, and most of them I'm on board with. Sure, there are improvements, but also, that means there's a new video for you guys. Win-win. One of the changes that they've made recently allows you to potentially structure your LinkedIn account more similar to how a Facebook account would work. But the coolest part about it, in my mind, is that you can keep using the same structure you're using right now. You can do either one. So in today's video, I want to talk about campaign group objectives and budget optimization. Let's get into it. Let's start off by going through the original campaign structure within LinkedIn, and then I'll show you what the new options are. We're going to start off in a client account because for some reason our placeholder account isn't doing what it's supposed to. So I apologize, some of this is blurred out, but we'll get back to our placeholder account in just a minute. In all LinkedIn accounts, you have 3 tiers of organization. The first and highest is campaign groups, followed by campaigns, which are nestled in campaign groups. And then within those campaigns, you can have any number of ad creatives. For just about any other platform, this would be considered the campaign level, this would be considered the ad group or ad set, and then these are the ads and the ad creatives themselves. It's a little bit of a teaser for where we're going to go for this. But to start off, let's talk about the original structure. In every LinkedIn ads account, they always give you a default campaign group. It's even called default campaign group, and it is set to permanently active. Within this default campaign group, if we click in here, we have all sorts of campaigns. And whenever we go to create a new campaign, create new campaign here, we then get to reiterate the group that we want it to be in. Can change that if you need to. Then if we click next, right after you give your campaign a name, the first thing you get to choose is your objective for the campaign. Whether it's awareness, consideration, conversions, doesn't matter. You get to choose whatever your objective is here at the campaign level. Within that default campaign group, you can have campaigns that have website conversions, visits, brand awareness, all mixed within the same campaign group. If we back out of this real quick, you can see that that's the case here. Even though all of these are very old and have terrible names, we've got a campaign for website visits, one for engagement, a lead generation ad, brand awareness. All of these are mixed within the exact same campaign group. Now we're back in our placeholder account, and I want to show you what you have the option to do for any new structure moving forward. Whenever you create a new campaign group, you can give that campaign group a name, but then you'll notice you get to choose a group objective, and this will match pretty much exactly what we saw at the campaign level in the other account. LinkedIn says this streamlines your workflow by setting one objective for all campaigns in the campaign group. So if we wanted to create an entire campaign group that was for lead generation, we would choose this option. And now all campaigns are going to share the lead generation campaign objective. You will not be able to create website conversion campaigns, brand awareness campaigns, any of that within this lead generation group objective. Now let me show you what that looks like. We actually already have a campaign group down here that is for website visits. So if I click into this, I go to create new campaign. I'm still in the website visits campaign group. So if I click next, once I start setting up my campaign, you'll see that I have the campaign name option and then the group objective is chosen for me, and I cannot change the objective at all. I would then have all of the same targeting options, budget options, all that sort of thing that I would have down here below. You still get all of the different formats, all that sort of thing, but we don't get to change the campaign objective at all. But there is an added benefit to creating a campaign group with a single objective. Let's go ahead and go back into that builder flow. Once I choose my campaign group objective, the next option I get is to use budget optimization. This is where LinkedIn will automatically distribute your group budget across the best performing campaigns for better ROI based on your bid strategy. As you can see here, by default, it is turned off, and you have the option to run your campaign group on a schedule. You've got a start date, you can have a start and end date, and you can have a start and end date with a budget, which if you click this one, it'll then give you a lifetime budget associated with the campaign group and a start and end date. But this is not the same as using budget optimization. This is only going to be a maximum budget that your campaign group can spend before it hits its end date. Let's return to the beginning. And now let's turn on budget optimization. We still have the option down here to schedule the campaign group, but now we're given the option for a daily or a lifetime budget. You can then set that amount over here. And then you actually set the bid strategy also at the campaign group level. You have maximum delivery, which rarely use this. Cost cap, get as many results as you want for your desired maximum cost per result, or manual bidding. Here you get to set your individual bids, and then you can maximize them over time as you start to see success. If you've run any ad campaigns on Facebook, for example, this should feel very similar to using campaign budget optimization. It's even got the exact same name. LinkedIn says this will be beneficial because it'll help you maximize performance across the campaigns within your campaign group, because it will utilize your budget in the campaigns it thinks are likely to drive the best results and makes real-time decisions based on your campaign objectives, your target audience, and all of the other parameters that you set. The goal here is that they're going to save you time because you don't have to regularly adjust the campaign level budgets to try and maximize performance. It'll happen for you in real time. And according to them, you'll be able to better utilize your entire budget because any unused budget from some campaigns will be reallocated to other campaigns if you have the opportunity to scale in those areas. Let's go ahead and set this up and just show you what it's going to look like. We're going to choose manual bidding, and you'll notice here that we then don't have any sort of field here available. The same is true for cost cap. So if you choose either cost cap or manual bidding, you'll still have the flexibility to set those limits at the campaign level. I'm going to give this a budget just so it'll let me move forward. We'll click create. I had to go back and give it a name because I forgot to do that earlier. So now we have website visit shared budget group. If I click in here, and now I want to create a new campaign, we then get to, again, confirm the campaign group. You give it a name, but we still have the website objective here. Then scroll down past the targeting options, still get to choose your ad format. But then once we get to the budget and schedule, the daily budget is set at the group level. So that's already here. The schedule is already set at the group level. So you will not be able to schedule campaigns within a campaign group that has a schedule already set. The bidding optimization is still landing page clicks, but we do get the option to change whatever manual bidding option or cost cap that we wanted to. Those are still set at the campaign level. If you have any issues with any of these, you can click the View Group button up here. It'll then bring you back over here where you can try and edit the group. I don't actually want to save it, so we'll just do this. And then that brings us back to the campaign group where we cannot change the group objective. We cannot change that we are using budget optimization, but we can change the daily budget and we can change the bidding strategy that we're using within the campaign group. And if you want to, you can come down and set a new end date for the campaign group if you decide it needs to turn off at a certain time. Be careful with doing this if you're only trying to make sure that 1 or 2 campaigns in that group stop at a certain end date, because once you set an end date and LinkedIn completes your campaign, you cannot extend the end date again. You'll have to recreate the campaign group and set a new end date or let it run continuously. If you ask me, the best part about all of this is that this is optional, and so was setting a group objective. When we created the new campaign group, we didn't have to utilize the group objective. So this gives lots of flexibility for advertisers who have some campaign structure where it makes sense to utilize a group objective and have your budget shared across all of the different campaigns, more similar to what we would do with CBO on Facebook. But then it also retains lots of control for us users who have had lots of different structures that make sense based on client accounts and need to have either certain initiatives at the campaign group level that have different goals, different outcomes, all that stuff, but they need to be siloed together to make sure that reporting is easy and management, or that you just don't want to mess around with campaign groups because you don't care. I know many people who just use the default campaign group, run whatever campaigns they want to in there, and move on with their life. These adjustments give you the best of both worlds because whichever one works for you is what you're allowed to use. If you have any questions about campaign group objectives or budget optimization in LinkedIn ads or anything else on the LinkedIn platform, feel free to leave us a note in the comments below. Thanks for watching our video. We really appreciate it. If you liked it, give us a thumbs up below. If you really liked it, maybe think about subscribing to the Paid Media Pros YouTube channel and you'll get alerted every time a new video drops.
If you really liked it, you can help support the channel by checking out some of the t-shirts that we're wearing on our merch shelf, as well as looking at the Super Thanks button.